Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Colleen. I just wanted to pop in tonight on Instagram Live and check in and see how everybody's doing. There is so much going on right now, and a lot of people are kind of feeling uncertain and a little bit scared about what's going on. And, it can be a little bit scary because, we don't know what we're being told, like if it's true or not, and the media's they always like to hype everything up. So if you've been following my other account at Colleen for Coaching, you might have seen some posts recently about being in the matrix and stepping out of that, and instead of being a player in the matrix, become more of an observer. So most of us are just born into the matrix, and that's the system, like the global system that controls us as a population, and we don't even know that we're being controlled. All right, so breaking free of that, it takes some effort. You really have to become aware of being in this state, and then once you can become aware, then you have the power to break free. So how do you break free from the matrix? Well, it's making the conscious decision and the conscious effort to not play the game that the Matrix wants you to play, and that you've been playing for a long time. So right now, for example, if you were to become more of an observer rather than a player in the game that the Matrix has going on, that would mean stepping out of all the hype that's going on, not buying into it, not buying into the fear that the media is creating, and just choosing to simply observe rather than to participate with what's going on. It's all about just observing, not reacting to what's going on. People are lining up at stores, and I think to myself, why are they doing that? There's not enough people that are truly sick to warrant that kind of, stocking up on items. So, like the whole toilet paper thing, it just isn't making sense to me, because I think, well, you know, if you're quarantined for 2 weeks, there's no way you're going to go through a Costco size thing of toilet paper. And secondly, um, if you were in desperate need of supplies, somebody could get them for you and deliver them to your doorstep, for example. But the media doesn't want you to think that way. All right, so they're creating all this fear and panic in people. And, it's causing a lot of people to act irrationally and to just have these like knee jerk reactions to things instead of actually thinking them through logically and just doing it that way, right? So that's what it means to step out of the matrix as a player and just become more of an observer. All right. And I wanted to just check in and do a little reading for us as well today. And hopefully, this can bring some comfort to whoever's watching. Another really great way to change the vibe around you is to support other people. So support those who actually need support and who need help. Trust me, Costco's not going to go out of business if you don't shop there. Same with Walmart, all those ones. So, don't forget to support local businesses around you if you feel like you need to stock up, or, you can't get to somewhere that you'd usually go to for, bigger quantities of supplies. So just keep those things in mind while all of this is happening. That really could make a difference in the community and, on a global scale as well. So I think all of this is happening because it's time now for us to wake up and to really see the truth of things. So as long as you're playing the game, you're never going to see the truth. You're always going to be blinded by it because you're too involved in what's going on. Now, if you can become an observer, then that's great, because then you're more able to see what's going on and you can make the decision if you want to participate or not. So just think about that. when you're listening to the news again or listening to other people talk about what's going on. Another way that you can break free from all of this is to just limit the exposure that you have to all of these things that are going on. Like, stop watching the news. If you've been checking the updates all day long, just decide not to do that anymore. And if there's people that you talk to all day long and they're talking about it, just maybe limit yourself from those people and make the decision to just think for yourself. And if you want to get the info, it's at your fingertips. But I think just limiting the exposure at this point until you can like really get to the truth of things might be helpful from an energetic, more spiritual standpoint. All right. So I'm just going to do a quick card reading for us. And I'm just going to ask Spirit, what guidance do we as a community need right now? So when I shuffle, I always just wait for cards to pop out of the deck. And just focusing the intention on getting a message for anyone who's watching, anyone and everyone who's watching, little piece of wisdom or guidance here for us. So getting to the truth of things, usually things aren't as bad as they seem. So it's really important to check in with yourself and see how you're feeling. And, really just rely on your intuition in times like this. And reach out for support if you feel like you need it, right? Like a lot of people who suffer from anxiety, I think, are really struggling right now. And if that's you, I feel ya. I too suffer from anxiety from time to time, and, it happens. Okay, so finally one came out. Sometimes it takes a minute, I find. Okay, let's see if one more wants to pop out for us, but I think it's just the one message for now. Meditation is also a really great way to clear your thoughts, clear your mind, and to just kind of regain like a clearer perspective on things. So when I was in meditation just before I hopped on here, I was actually compelled to create this video. I actually stopped my meditation so that I could come on this live feed and deliver these messages right now. So that's just a way that you can listen to your intuition and listen to spirit, right? If you feel like, something, like you're just compelled to do something, you have a message that needs to get out there, that you think can help people, then, go for it. So I'm just going to go with the one card that popped up. And this is just so simple, the simplest thing ever. Find gratitude in today. Find gratitude in today. So what this card is actually just asking us to do is to look at all the things that we currently have in our lives. So it's asking us to stop wanting for all these other things, to stop looking for material fulfillment, and to just look at what's already here. And I really feel like on an energetic level that this is really what this whole virus scare thing is kind of trying to teach us, is to sort of get back to our roots, get back to what's real and what's actually important. Love, friendship, family, doing the right thing, having good values, improving our spirituality, meditating, focusing on our health, stuff like that. And this is a message for people that might have steered off of that path at some point, chasing cars and money and dream homes and this and that and designer purses or, whatever. I mean, I'm not knocking it. Everybody wants these things, and, these things are great to have. But what this card is asking you to do is to just stop for a second and look at all the things you already have and be grateful for those things. So it's asking you to just sort of refocus your perspective onto what you already have. And in doing that, I think it'll bring you a nice sense of calm and peace, because you already know that you're provided for and that everything you need is right in front of you. And that's really what the message is here today with this card. And the first thing on here, it says acknowledge the smallest of miracles each day. So if you're struggling to find gratitude in anything, if maybe you're having a bad day and you just think the world's against you and whatever, just look at the littlest things that you're grateful for. You have clothing, a place to live, warmth. If you're in my part of the world where it's it's really, really cold right now, so just thinking about that kind of stuff, like you have shelter, maybe you're in a safe place, and you've got people who love you and support you, so you had enough food to eat today. So those are just the very basic things. And you might think that, oh, well, why would I be grateful for those things? Because they're just a given, and like I have those things every day. But when you really look at it, there's a lot of people that don't have those things. So it really is something to be grateful for. Just having your basic needs met, is what a lot of people in the world actually just strive to have. And then forget about all the other stuff that people in first world countries want and need and have, or whatever. There's a lot of people just fighting for a place to live and enough food to eat every day. So it's just kind of looking within and just being grateful for what you have in front of you. Okay. And then the rest will come. So whatever you need in your life, just know that it will be provided for to you. Okay. But you have to believe it. That's the key to it. You really have to believe it to be true. And I'll just flip the deck over because sometimes the bottom card has a lot of value. So this card says to take action. Okay. And the first thing that comes up here is the world needs more people like you to take a stand and do the right thing. So to me, this says that, you can be an influence to other people. So if you are in that position, that's great, but make sure that you're influencing people in a way that's going to serve instead of be self-serving or taking away from, right? So don't let your ego get involved when you're taking action in that way. Do it for a good cause. Make sure that you have a good reason for why you're doing what you're doing, okay? Super important. And it says positive action is needed right now to initiate positive changes. So, maybe this could be you deciding to not follow the bandwagon and instead just go your own way and follow your intuition. And others will see that, and others will start to do the same thing as well. And it could also be about what we talked about earlier, about setting boundaries. If you decide you're not willing to have the conversations with people anymore about all the craziness going on in the world, just setting those boundaries and saying, you know what, let's talk about something else. I don't feel comfortable talking about this anymore. It could be a wake-up call to the other person as well to say, hey, you know what, I don't want to talk about this anymore either. So then it sort of starts a chain reaction. And that's a good thing in this case, because it's going to bring everybody a little bit more peace. Okay, so I hope that's making sense to you out there. So take action in the way where it's going to help people, okay? And, I think I don't want this to get confused with take action, like, oh my God, the apocalypse is coming, and, we need to take action. Like, that's not what this card is, okay? This card is about taking positive action that's going to inspire other people to do the right thing and to do good things. Okay, so don't get it confused with fear, because nothing in these cards is meant to be fearful. So just follow your heart, follow your intuition, and just do what's right. Well, that's all the time that I have tonight. I want to thank you guys for joining me and watching this video. I'm going to be posting it on YouTube as well, so you can rewatch this if you didn't catch the live feed. Please show me some love if you like this video. Don't forget to follow me here at Moonstone Salts, and also you can follow my coaching channel at at Colleen for coaching, and I'll leave all of that in the link in the description below. Okay, well, take care and stay safe out there. Bye.